What's good, everybody? Back at it again with another episode of Main Event by popular demand. My boy Cisco from DC back on
Yo,
air with
yo,
me.
popular demand. Oh
Hey,
man,
people love that last episode, bro.
oh people love me. That's cool, man.
Um, Today we're going to talk about the best WWE wrestlers, male, from 2000 onwards till now. I wanted to do 2000s because it was more the time. Early 2000s was around the time I became a wrestling fan, and I don't
Yeah,
really have that many memories of the Attitude Era watching it. Like I
yeah,
became a fan at the Ruthless Aggression era.
yeah. Honestly, that's my favorite era too. So I'm excited to talk about this.
Right, a lot of people look at me when I say I like it better than the Attitude Era. I'm just like, yeah, because that's what I remember.
Yeah, exactly. We have memories with this era too. And if I'm being honest, bro, this era had better matches than the Attitude Era. The
Right.
entertainment was there, the wrestling was there, the superstars were there. I think overall in general, this era was better than the Attitude Era. If I'm being honest.
Exactly.
And if I catch some heat, then oh well.
Right.
Oh well.
Catch heat every day. I'm gonna be like Baron Corbin with the heel heat.
Yeah, that is the real deal heat.
So did you want to start off by naming your favorite wrestler of 2000, or did you want me to lead it off?
Go ahead, man. Do the honors.
All right. Starting off, my favorite wrestler, who I think is the best wrestler from the year 2000, is got to be The Rock.
The Rock.
Because
So if I'm
like Stone Cold, he was injured for most of this year, and this was the year The Rock like really he came into his own. Like
yeah,
he really held it down for WWE and kept them above water during the Monday Night War at this time. Him, Triple H, their series of matches lit.
if I'm being honest, so started watching wrestling or WWE at like during late 2005. So I can't really speak on like the early 2000s, But from what I've seen on YouTube and like stuff that I did research on, I think The Rock is a great pick for that year, 2000.
Oh yeah, man, his promos, like one of my favorite promos that he did was the one right before that 6-man Hell in a Cell where he just completely roasted all of his opponents.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Especially Rikishi. Oh my god, Rikishi, he got massacred.
yeah. That match was crazy, man.
It was.
That was a crazy ass match.
It was crazy. It was cluttered. Like looking back on it, I'm like, there's a lot of things that they could have done differently. But when you see it for the first time, you don't even care about that. You watching it as a kid, it's like, okay, this is lit.
Yeah, exactly. Don't think twice about it. You just like, damn, this is cool as fuck.
See an Undertaker push. He didn't choke slam. He pushed Rikishi off the top of the cell.
Yeah, bro. Seeing as a kid, man, I was legit scared, bro. I was like, did it really just kill this man? Like,
Right.
did it really just
He
freaking?
had a big thing of hay to fall into, though. I'm like, okay, he ain't dead.
Yeah, but it's still that's a long fall. So and plus that's a big dude too. So it's like, damn, like wonder if he's okay. But like you said, it was safe. Safe
Kurt
fall.
Angle was another dark horse this year.
Yeah, 2000.
Yep.
Yeah,
Because he won every single championship at that time, won King of the Ring, and basically
that's right. Yeah,
Kurt Angle. We'll get more into him later. Moving on to
yeah,
2001, this one was really debatable. I had a couple of people in mind for this. Like, for one, I wanted to say Kurt Angle for this one because he really came into his role as a babyface, and with the invasion angle, like he was still in his goofy persona, but
yeah,
his matches were intense. Like they were 5-star classics, if you ask me.
yeah.
But I have to give the best wrestler of 2001. I got to give it to Stone Cold.
Stone Cold.
Even though a lot of people frown on his heel turn, but he did. But when you look at his heel turn, like when you look at the body of work that he did a lot of good stuff.
Yeah,
Some of the best work of his career.
yeah. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in an interview he said that he didn't want to turn heel during that period because that turn didn't make sense or something like that. I'm not sure if that's true or not.
I think he
But
did want to turn heel because he said his character was as a babyface was getting a little stale, but
oh,
then he had second thoughts about it, and basically he just went on with the heel run. But those segments with Kurt Angle, like I was just looking at some of
oh
those the other day, and I still
yeah,
die of
those are
laughter.
hilarious, man.
If you
Especially the Jimmy Crack on and I don't care. Remember that? That's
right,
that's
if you look
that shit was
closely at,
hilarious.
oh wait, what are you gonna say?
No, I'm just saying that was hilarious.
If you look closely at one of them, you can see Undertaker about to break character and laugh
Oh
too.
yeah, yeah. Same with Vince. Vince was like closely about a great character, but he's a professional, so he kept it, full
Right? I'm
composure.
just like,
But
if you can get Undertaker to break kayfabe, you know you're hilarious.
yeah, man, those segments were cool, hilarious. It's funny because those promos or those segments they really showed how diverse Kurt is a performer because he went from this goofy
Yeah,
uh
like we said before, Kurt was as good on the charisma side of wrestling as he was on the actual wrestling
yeah
side of it.
yeah Kurt was definitely the full package. So yeah, that
Like,
year '01 is definitely his year, or at least second to Steve Austin. He was definitely up there,
yeah.
top three list. So yeah, Stone Cold, yeah, good choice.
Moving on to 2002, I
Okay.
gotta say it was Brock Lesnar
Yeah, me too.
because
Because
I mean,
Brock was a beast during this year. It's his first year in WWE. He, his whole debut and his run during this year was crazy. He attacked that one dude, Zach Gowen. Am I saying it right? Gowen, the dude with the
I
with the one
mean,
leg. Zach
I mean,
Gowen.
honestly, I don't think anyone had a better rookie year than Brock Lesnar.
Yep, he won the title.
Like he comes in, wrecks the Hardys, wrecks everybody in his path, including RVD, beats Hulk Hogan clean. That's how you know you're a big
Oh
deal.
yeah, he did beat Hogan.
If
I forgot about
you
that.
can beat Hogan clean, if Hogan gives you the nod, the let you go over him clean. That's how
Yeah.
you know you got big things ahead of you.
Okay, so we're jumping a little too late from here, but do you think Sheamus had a good rookie year too?
Yeah, he did. It wasn't as natural as Brock Lesnar because it was just like at that time, outside of Randy Orton, I think Raw was really lacking some credible heels at that time. So Sheamus
Yeah.
was kind of like, thrusted out there.
Yeah.
Like when he beat Cena, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, that tables match. Yeah, that was so random, bro. I was like, what?
Like when I tell you
And
that caught me off guard, it was just like, wow. I'm like,
yeah,
this is where we're going with this.
yeah, but that shows how much trust they had in Sheamus because dude was still new to the scene, I guess. But
What you say? What you say?
yeah, no, said that they trusted Sheamus so much during his first year in WWE because he came in and beat Cena for the title just like that. So that's surprising to me.
Okay. Going into 2003 by landslide, Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle, yeah, that was definitely his year.
Kurt Angle. This was the best era of SmackDown right here. The
Oh,
SmackDown 6
three,
era. It began in 2002, carried itself into 2003.
yeah,
Like Kurt Angle, he was having some of the best work of his career. Like he had some of the best matches of his career. That match with
2003.
Benoit at the Royal Rumble.
Come on, bro, we can't say his name, bro.
Hey,
Can't say his name.
on this channel, we gonna mention Benoit. We will not forget how good he was.
Yeah, but Benoit was a great wrestler, which is funny because my next pick for '04 is Chris Benoit.
What you say?
I said my next pick for '04 is Chris Benoit. But
Oh
also,
yeah.
if we're not
My,
gonna mention Benoit, then my pick is Randy Orton.
for 04, my pick would be Eddie.
Eddie, yeah, that's a good one, Eddie.
Because like I said before in the previous video, you know, Eddie just edges out my top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time.
Yeah,
And him winning the WWE title, that was a sentimental moment to me because if you understood his story, like him battling his demons and how hard he worked to earn the
yeah.
respect of his peers again.
Was that 04 or was that 03? We won the belt.
That was '04.
04? Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
year.
And I was so disappointed when he dropped the title to JBL. I was just like, really?
Yeah.
And then we had to endure that long JBL title reign. But looking back on it, it made me mad. But now I'm just looking like it and looking at it as it was a pretty good title reign.
Yeah, the JBL title reign.
Yeah, like no cap, it was pretty good.
Yeah, so that's 04, 05. Yeah, so 05, that's when I first started watching wrestling. So, you know, I witnessed JBL's reign live in color, like they say. Like I witnessed it live. So at that time I was like, bro, like get this belt off of this dude, man. I'm like, I'm tired of seeing him.
Yo.
I'm tired of seeing him.
When John Cena, or what are you about to say?
Nah, go ahead.
When John Cena finally ended that title reign, I know we all collectively just had a big sigh. We were just like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Somebody finally did it.
So we're in 05 now. So who's your pick for 05?
You said John Cena's your pick for 05?
My pick is a tie, man.
Okay. Got our first tie today.
Our tie is between John Cena and Batista because that was the year that they established themselves as top wrestlers.
Yep.
Especially Batista, because Batista, he came off from that hot feud with the Evolution, Triple H.
I gotta say that. Oh wait, go ahead.
Feud was nuts. No, I'm about to say that feud was nuts, man. Because you know they turned on Randy first, and then they turned on Batista. I'm just like, damn.
I gotta say that Batista was my pick for 05 because he stayed. His storyline was way better. Like it was a better build to him winning his title. And plus, in 05, he remained popular with the fans around for Cena's purpose. Like in 05, this is when the crowd started turning against him in matches.
Oh, John Cena, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but I got to give it to Batista because Batista, it was just he had a longer title reign, I think. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, he had a longer title reign. He had to give up the title due to injury.
Yeah, sad.
It wasn't as forced. It wasn't a forced push like it was with Cena, because like pretty much with Cena, everybody looked inferior to compare next to him.
Yeah, that's true.
Like for these fans that complain about Roman Reigns being shoved down our throats, you didn't want to like. John Cena in 05 said, "Hold my title."
Hold my title. Yeah, John Cena definitely started getting hate during that year, but I feel like in 06 he was even more hated in 06, especially with ECW coming back and his matches against RVD and just guys from ECW.
Oh my God, you want to talk about heel heat going into that match?
John Cena, and he was a freaking babyface.
Right, he was the baby face they were both baby faces, but
yeah, that's a crazy part.
Oh my God, watching that match, I was like, Cena, I feel for you, bro.
Nah, man, watching that match as a kid, I'm like, this is the coolest shit ever, because we're used to seeing like big stages, cool lights and all them, crazy production, but ECW came. I'm like, what is this?
I expected the ECW crowd to boo Cena, but I didn't think it was going to be like that. Like that was HBK and Montreal levels of heel heat.
Yeah, definitely. That shit was crazy. And then when Edge came out and Spirit Cena cost him the match, they cheered like crazy. So it's funny because Cena was the babyface, got booed. Edge came out as a heel, I left as a babyface because they cheered Edge.
If they had let Cena. Oh wait,
for
what are you
spearing
saying?
John Cena. No, I'm saying they cheered Edge for spearing John Cena.
If they
So
had let Cena win,
that turned into a babyface.
If they had let Cena win, all of ECW's fans would have right. Yelp. I believe they would have burned Hammerstein Ballroom to the ground.
I believe that too. So for 06, I said 06. 06, I want to give it to so for Raw, I want to give it to John Cena.
Okay.
And then SmackDown, I want to give it to Rey Mysterio.
Okay.
Because
Rey Mysterio's title reign was crap.
Yeah, sadly, it was crap. But I mean, the reason behind it was cool, but the reign itself wasn't as memorable. If I'm being honest,
it was like it was such a great moment. Like I know he only got the title win because Eddie died, but
yeah,
it's like it's the way he was booked. I'm like, you could have booked him stronger than that. He lost all of his televised matches. He was Seth Rollins before Seth Rollins.
Was Ray he lost the belt to Khali, right? I think Ray Khali, or was it somebody else?
It was King Booker.
Oh, King Book. Oh, you know what? That's a good one too. I forgot about King Booker, but that's
King Booker.
That's 07, so let's yeah, 07.
What a gimmick.
Man, that as a kid, I hated that gimmick, but now that I'm 22, that gimmick is legendary.
What made it so great was that he would be royalty 1 second, but when he gets pissed, he goes back to being Booker T.
Yeah. He said Batista is down.
Batista is down. Batista is down.
Batista is down. Batista is down. He said, "You got to stop the hell out." That's just hilarious.
Oh man, Booker T.
Man, SmackDown doing 06, 07 was a good era too, because it had like guys like King Booker with these crazy gimmicks, so which is cool. And then not to mention the mid-card guys like Paul Burchill, the Pirate. I thought that was cool too as a kid.
Hey, Paul Burchill was an underrated gimmick. Remember Vito?
Yeah, it was. Who?
Dude that wrestled in the dress.
Oh wait, yeah, Vito with the lingerie.
I'm like, this is back when WWE had guts.
Yeah, man. They had Chuck Palumbo, the biker dude.
Yep.
They had Deuce Domino with the greaser gimmick.
Yep. Who could forget Santino Marella?
Oh man, Santino was a dark horse during
Santino Marella was a national treasure that needs to be protected at all times.
Man, his debut was cool too, because as a kid, I'm like, damn, like, they chose a fan out the crowd for real. Like, me not thinking he's a wrestler. I'm like, damn,
right.
They chose a random guy from the crowd to come fight Umaga for the belt.
The Milan Miracle will always live on in our hearts. I'm telling you, I remember watching it that night.
Man, Santino is definitely my favorite comedic wrestler. We
got to see Santino Marella and R-Truth in the segment for a 24/7 title. We got to.
That'd be cool, man.
For the one time.
That'd be cool. Santina, and R-Truth. And Drake Maverick too. That'd be cool too. See all four of them.
Right. What year are we on? We're on 2006.
Yeah, so now we're in 07.
My 07 pick, John Cena for Raw, and for SmackDown. Oh, I didn't even say my 06 pick yet. For 06, for Raw is going to be John Cena, and for SmackDown, this one's going to come out of left field, but Mr. Kennedy.
Oh, that's a good one for 06.
Yeah, let's not forget WWE was high on Mr. Kennedy back in the day.
Kennedy was definitely due for a push, and then he won Money in the Bank next year, right? In 07, he won Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Like, man, that was dirty, man. That was dirty.
Like Mr. Kennedy, he was being built up perfectly. I think JBL used to constantly mention he beat 7 former world champions.
Yeah.
or something like that, and like his gimmick where he just grabbed the microphone and announced himself, like that was getting over with the crowd.
Yeah, man. Kennedy was definitely, you know, starting to making. Not sure why they took the briefcase off of him the next year, but yeah, they should have just pulled the trigger on Kennedy.
Yeah, Mr. Kennedy is a big what if in WWE. I'm like,
Then again, we seen some of that potential in TNA too, because he won the world title there, and he had some great feuds there too in TNA. So, but
yeah,
yeah, like I said, there's always a big what if with Kennedy and WWE.
yeah, his TNA run definitely outweighed his WWE run because he actually had main event success there. Like Kennedy, he was given a fair shake when he was in WWE.
Yep.
A lot of upside, but like you said, never pulled the trigger.
If I'm being honest, he should have brought that that you know momentum from TNA to WWE right after he got released or he left the company, because he would have been a big player too, I believe. Just like McIntyre, for example, he left TNA with huge momentum on the side, came back, and now look at him. He's on top of the world right now.
That's facts. John Cena and Randy Orton complained that Mr. Kennedy wasn't safe. Yeah, because he
Yeah.
did enter Cena in a match, and then of course he dropped Randy Orton with that back suplex, and
Oh,
Randy
that's
Orton
right.
threw a fit backstage over it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he came back for like what 2 weeks, a month, or something like that, and then he left soon. I was like, what's
Yeah,
going on?
it wouldn't be the first time Randy Orton ruined somebody's push.
Yeah, Kofi. Sorry, I got a little cough, man.
Kofi.
Kofi. But it's all good, man. When we seen that long term storyline paid off a couple
Yeah.
years ago.
What year are
So
we on?
07,
We on 07 now.
yeah, coming 07.
Okay, so for Raw, I got to say John Cena again
John Cena, yep.
because he had that record long WWE title reign and he had some pretty good matches
Man, that reign was
during that
long as
year.
hell, man. That reign felt long as hell during 07. But yeah,
But he
my
had
favorite
some of the best matches of his career at that time, though. I can't even front.
definitely my favorite match from that year is Cena versus Shawn Michaels. I think Raw after WrestleMania.
Oh, yep. I was just about to say it, too. I think Pro Wrestling Illustrated gave that the 2007 match of the year. That was the match where
Man,
they went for an hour.
yeah, exactly. Went for an hour, bro. Watching that live, bro, I was like, it's funny because as a kid, you're like, damn, I got school the next day, but I'm like, fuck it, bro. I'm gonna just stay up and watch it.
Right. Look,
My,
I used to come in on a Tuesday morning tired to the max.
tired as hell. My dad would be like, yo, turn it off. I'm trying to go to bed. I'm like, no, can I just like 10 more minutes to watch this, man? I'm trying to see this match. But
Right.
yeah, that match was crazy, man. So many false finishes, and but it had everything, bro. The drama, the moves. That's a great match from
It
07.
is.
That was a great match
Like
from 07.
Cena was in the ring with the greatest wrestler of all time, but
Yeah.
that's my personal opinion. But
No, I agree. Shawn Michaels is definitely the greatest wrestler of all time. He's honestly number one in my book, on my list.
you will always have the best match of your career if he was across the ring from you.
Definitely.
What was another good match from Cena? That last man standing match with Umaga.
Oh, at the Rumble?
Yeah.
Yeah, that match was hard. That was a cool match.
That match told a good story.
What if Umaga won that match and won the belt?
I was here for Umaga getting the title push.
Yeah, me too. I really was, but Cena, he was OP during that time. So
yeah, he was the modern day Hulk Hogan. No matter how strong of a heel that you were in the beginning, when you came to Cena or Hogan, you were taking that L. You have to hold that.
To a leg drop.
Right.
This is crazy. Yeah, that was a great match too, because I definitely thought Umaga was going to beat him, but I was wrong.
That match told a good story too. It was like Cena would throw everything he could at Umaga, but Umaga would not stay down. He was just like this. He was just like this unstoppable He was just an unstoppable monster that kept getting up.
Yeah, he freaking choked him out with the rope, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the rope.
And Umaga looked strong in defeat. Like he should have won it, but he didn't. He didn't really lose too much momentum. He was still presented as a big monster heel after the match.
Yeah. Kind of sad what happened to Umaga years later, but that's
Man,
a whole different story.
if Umaga was in his prime and still kicking it, I don't think we would hear no tribal chief talk from Roman.
Yeah.
Umaga definitely would have gave Roman that work.
Yeah. So for so for Raw you have John Cena. How
For
about
SmackDown,
SmackDown?
I have Edge.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a great one.
Was
Edge.
Barry on this? Is he on this live right now? Because I was just about to say he was one. He was one of the guys that was so pissed when Edge cashed in Money in the Bank on Undertaker and took the title.
I was about to say Kennedy. Yeah, he beat Kennedy before the briefcase and then cashed in on Undertaker. Yeah, I was too. If I'm not mistaken, he cashed in right after the steel cage match, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that match was brutal too.
I was shocked personally.
Taker laid out in the ring. Next thing you know, you think you know me? Cashed in. I said, "What the fuck?"
Ultimate opportunist.
Yeah, that year was a great year for Taker and Batista because they had all those great matches. Hell in a Cell.
Oh my god.
Last Man Standing. So
yep.
My pick for that year. Ooh, I don't know. It's a tattoo, but yeah, let's go with Edge because that moment alone, man, that made Edge to a star.
Ultimate opportunist. That was the best cash in. No, his cash in on Cena was the best until Seth cashed in the main event of WrestleMania. To me.
Oh yeah, WrestleMania. The first one at WrestleMania.
Yeah, oh my god. Like, I was like, yeah, with Seth and Edge were feuding at SummerSlam, and they were like, who's better than who? I said, the only thing that Seth has over Edge was the cash in. That's it.
Yeah.
Edge got him beat at everything else.
No, that cash in on Cena at the pay-per-view was crazy too in 06.
Yeah, now that one made me mad. That's the one that made me mad.
That one pissed me. That one pissed me off too, man. That cash in, I was like ready to throw a fit. Casino was my hero in 06. What's up, man? Don't know who that is. It's his Facebook user, but what's up, man?
What's up? Can't see your name, but
yeah, I can't see your name. Yeah, 06, man. Edge cash in on John Cena. I was pissed, but that feud was great too. That was a great feud. He had John Cena coming to the hotel, beat Edge's ass in the hotel. You had that sex celebration with Lita.
Man, when I tell people, when people ask me, like these newer wrestling fans, they'd be like, hey, what is a feud that you would recommend for me? I'm like, go watch the Cena and Edge feud. That was my childhood. They brought the best out of each other whenever they fought.
You did. And not to mention that feud alone, that made Edge.
Yeah.
That made Edge. Nah, man, that year, was it 07 when Cena and Randy first feuded? Or was that 06? I think it was 07.
What was the question again?
When Randy and Cena first feud.
That was 07.
07, yeah. So, yeah, Cena definitely carried Raw with those two feuds.
Trust me, we're going to get into that later, too.
Well, we're still in 07, so let's dive into it, man.
Huh?
I said we're in 07, so let's dive into it.
Yep. Best wrestler of the year for Raw in 07, Randy Orton. This was the peak of when I really started to hate Randy Orton because he was kicking people in the head.
Bro, when I tell you, when he freaking punched Cena's dad, I was pissed.
Bruh.
Like that shit made me mad. I'm like, damn.
I hated Randy so much as a heel, but I was just like, I hated Randy Orton so much as a heel, but looking back on it, I'm like, he did his job. He did a great job.
Great job. Yeah, great job. And then, yeah, '07 was the year that Cena got injured from the
Yeah.
RKO on the table.
Rated RKO?
Oh yeah, that was a great
Bro.
one too.
Rated RKO. Do you remember the night when they ambushed DX with chairs and they bloodied them?
Yeah, that shit was
That
crazy.
made me so mad.
You know, a fun little fact: they had their match. I'm not sure what pay per view it was, but they had a match, and then Triple H got injured, and
He
so
tore his
Shawn
quad.
Michaels, yeah, so Shawn Michaels, he saw that, he noticed that, and he said, "Fuck it, let's just like get DQ." So stop the match. So
Yeah,
he
he
just,
improv the whole thing.
yeah, that was a cooler moment, a cooler gesture from Shawn Michaels.
My brother Sam told me about your podcast. Hey, shout out to Sam. We love you, bro.
Shout out Sam. Shout out to Sam.
Yo, go check out his art. Dude's amazing.
So I'm about to plug his art real quick. Give me a second while I pulled it up. Sam, I got you, bro. Oh, that's
We're
the
gonna
wrong
we gonna
name.
get your we're gonna help you get your name out there, bro.
His name on Instagram is Sam's Art and Design LLC. All
Yep.
together.
Support. He like he
Support,
does.
Wrestle Talk.
Give
Yeah,
us a
nah.
subscribe. Oh man.
All right, so we're in '07. Let's go to '08 now. '08 got some pretty cool wrestlers for '08. But go ahead. Who's your for Raw?
My favorite wrestler 08 on Raw, it's got to be Chris Jericho.
Jericho. Why is
That was
that? Why
the
Jericho?
that's the year where he turned heel, began that honest man, self-righteous gimmick, had one of the
Yeah,
greatest feuds ever with Shawn Michaels. Like he did the when it comes to being the best heel, one of the best heels ever, Chris Jericho was definitely that at that time.
yeah, that gimmick was cool, man. He went from tights to underwear,
Yep.
and that pissed me off for some reason. I'm like, why is he wearing underwear now? Just put on some damn tights.
He stripped away everything that made him cool in the first place with the Y2J.
Exactly, yeah. The
Yeah.
catchphrases, the attire, everything, and called us hypocrites.
Yeah,
So
and it pissed me off because Shawn Michaels is my favorite wrestler, and seeing him do him like that and hit his wife, I'm like, oh no, Shawn,
man,
you got to get him when you get back. You
man,
got to.
that feud was brutal, man. They had that ladder match, I think, at that one pay per view, and honestly, wanted Shawn to win because that was the time where Shawn was in the main event scene, title matches and stuff, but not winning the belts, obviously. But I was like, maybe one day he'll win a world title before he retires, one last time or something.
Man, Jericho, like when it comes to gimmicks and reinventing himself, he's the man.
Yeah, Jericho. Go as far as saying as Jericho changed wrestling forever. If I'm being honest.
Oh, definitely. Like he doesn't make my top 5, but as far as goats go, Chris Jericho's an honorable mention in my book.
No, he's definitely top 5 of people who changed wrestling forever. He's up there with Matt Hardy and hate to say it, Hulk Hogan too.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan may be overrated, but we appreciate what he's done to the wrestling industry. Like WWE wouldn't be the global empire that it was without Hulk Hogan's contributions.
Yeah, definitely.
Jericho's a man of many gimmicks. Yeah, you're right. The Ayatollah of Rock and Roller, the Honest Man, the scarves, the list.
Yeah, the list.
A little bit of the bubbly.
The Painmaker.
Yep, man.
I am evil.
Painmaker
is up there. My list.
Painmaker. Oh wait, what are you gonna say?
No, I'm just saying Jericho is definitely up there in my list of like top 5.
Painmaker definitely could have lasted longer.
Definitely, but that was a gimmick in New Japan. So like, if everybody here, then we wouldn't have gotten the bubbly gimmick or like Inner Circle Jericho or just some cool characters in AEW. Like that's a
True.
character that you bring out for like hardcore matches because like he's more stiff and like more brutal. He's basically a brawler as a pain as a painkiller as a pain maker. So yes,
When he was facing Nick Gage, and I saw that he had the Painmaker face paint on, you don't know how much I marked out when I saw that.
yeah, that shit was cool, man. Jericho, that whole gimmick is cool, man. From the entrance to his attire, that pointy jacket he comes out with.
Right.
That's good.
Yo, AEW comes to Norfolk, Virginia on November 17th. I'm going, and I'm going to be in that crowd singing Judas.
That's if Jericho beats MJF this Sunday.
True. Yo, if MJF ends his career and I'll get to see Judas, MJF won't have to see me.
So
That,
yeah,
match,
that's
that match was
07.
awesome. I
That's
wouldn't say
07.
awesome, but it was a cool moment seeing the gimmick back. That match had a lot of holes in it.
It did, yeah. But no, that match was cool to watch, but that style of wrestling is not my style. Like that
It
whole hardcore. It's not what it's death match. There you go. Death matches. They're not
yeah,
really for me. They're not
like
really
it.
for me.
Maybe if it was Mick Foley, Sabu, or RBD, somebody like, because when I think of hardcore wrestling, I think of ECW.
Yeah, it's kind of different because death matches like it's more like trying to kill each other, I guess, and versus like
Yeah,
ECW, it's like for entertainment.
right. But
So I don't know, man. It was kind of hard to watch because, like I said, not really my type of hardcore wrestling. But then again, I love hardcore matches too. So
yeah,
that's
it's
how to
funny.
explain it.
It's funny because a lot of people don't. A lot of people think ECW is all about weapons, but no, ECW has some workhorses come through there.
Oh hell yeah, man! They had freaking Jerry Lynn and RVD going, you know, 30-minute matches and shit.
Eddie
Jungle Wrestling.
Guerrero, D
Yeah, Eddie.
Malenko,
Yep, Eddie was
Rey
there.
Mysterio, Psychosis, like,
Yeah,
bruh.
Benoit.
Exactly. Yep. See, yeah, that's right. We're
So
gonna mention his name again, but
yeah,
like,
man.
but I said my favorite Raw wrestler of 2008. My favorite SmackDown wrestler in 2008 will have to be Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, Jeff Hardy. That's a good one.
Man,
Oh wait.
2000, like 2007 to 2009. That was Jeff Hardy. Those are Jeff Hardy's peak years for me.
Yeah, Jeff definitely showed what he can do, as a main eventer during those type of years. So
He got his long overdue main event.
yeah,
His long overdue main event push. And when he finally won the WWE title, I was the happiest man alive. I'm like, he deserves this.
trust me, man. When he won the belt, bro, the next day I was freaking doing a dance at school, and it was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Jeff won the belt, man. Jeff won the belt."
So,
And it's
so
and it's funny because as a kid, it's a pleasure or it's an honor, I should say, to watch the pay-per-views because they're pretty expensive, like $50, $60 per pay-per-view. So if you
yep.
watch it, you're cool as fuck if you watch it, And
Right.
plus, the results before anybody because you watch the pay-per-view itself. So it's like, damn, Jeff won the belt. I'm going the next day and just marking out. But yeah, that's a good pick, Jeff Hardy. That's a great pick.
Man, Jeff Hardy. And it's funny that we brought up him in that year because that same year I went to Raw live at the Hampton Coliseum. It was when he was feuding with Randy over the WWE title, and Jeff got the loudest pop that night.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
that he definitely got the loudest pop. I was just like, yeah,
So for my pick on SmackDown, it's kind of hard to pick because that year it was really slim. The roster was slim during that year. So
yeah. Like the
yeah,
shine came off of SmackDown at that time, around that time.
yeah, it did. But yeah, my pick would be Jeff Hardy too for that year because that run was just fun to watch in general. It was really fun.
Yeah, that was the first year they went PG too.
Yeah,
Fun fact.
P, P, yeah, PG and also HD. I think for the first time.
Yeah, and like as far as the PG era goes, at first, like a lot of fans lost their patience with WWE, but I just was like, I'm gonna stick around because maybe it'll grow on me, and it did eventually.
If I'm being honest, the PG era isn't that bad.
It
It's just the
isn't
storylines.
right. It's the storylines, Sam brought this up in the previous video too. He said cancel culture makes WWE like cancel culture help make WWE what it is now.
Yeah, they
Because
do
it's
certain
like
things. Yeah,
because back in the Attitude Era, like you were free to cross those lines, blur those
yeah,
lines. But now it's just like everybody's politically correct.
yeah. That's true. Then again, the sponsors too. That could be an issue with doing edgy content too. But
Yeah, that's very understandable.
yeah, but the PG era isn't bad at all. If I'm being honest, the WWE was PG during the '80s, I think, and that was like during the most corniest time because you had all these like corny gimmicks and shit.
Right, but it
But
worked though.
it worked though. Yeah, exactly, it worked. But we still see great feuds and storylines during the PG era, like Daniel Bryan, for example, which we'll get into more in the video later in the
More
video.
on that later.
More on that later because I got a lot to say about that.
You and me both. What was I about to say to just one more thing on the PG era. I just think it's a problem with wrestling fans. I just think we're allergic to change sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. And people think because PG it means it's like kid friendly. It doesn't really mean that necessarily. It just means they can't do certain things that they did before, and it's
Yeah.
they're more limited. And to me, that's more like a challenge for them. That
Yeah.
that proves how what rounded wrestler is or a company is. Work around certain boundaries and certain restrictions, and to make a good storyline, a good TV show.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's my 2 cents on the PG era. Wrestling is wrestling. I love it. Whether it's PG or TV-14, it doesn't matter. If it's wrestling, I love it.
Exactly. I'm a rock with it regardless.
Yeah, exactly. Because wrestling is it's just fun to watch. If you really enjoy it, it's fun to watch.
Yeah. Just be fans and enjoy the show.
Oh, real quick, one last thing.
What's
And
up?
also, people when they watch wrestling, they, you know, for lack of a better term, they get, too serious about it. Like, it just like, come on, dude, watch wrestling with an open mind, and then you enjoy it because not everything is meant to be taken seriously.
Cough, cough. AEW and WWE marks.
Yeah, like not everything is meant to be taken seriously. Watch it with the open mind, and you'll, have fun watching it. Because the point of wrestling is entertainment. End of the day,
When the
it's for
Wednesday night
entertainment.
wars happen between AEW and NXT, I'm just like, hey, look,
Yeah,
I'm winning at the end of the day because I get to see two top tier shows just do their
yeah.
thing.
To be fair, that whole Wednesday Night War thing was pretty fun to watch. Because I'm like, what will AEW do to top off NXT, or what will NXT do to top off AEW? But
Right.
at the end of the day, it's just like more wrestling for me, which is great. So I'm not complaining. But yeah, people who watch wrestling just gotta like loosen up a little bit and just watch it with an open mind, use your imagination, and just enjoy it. 'Cause that's the point of wrestling is entertainment. Tell a story. The same way you watch TV shows with an open mind, or a movie with open mind, the same way you watch wrestling. And I promise you, you enjoy it.
I promise you.
So that's my 2 cents on the PG era. Let's move on to 09. 09 was interesting as hell. I'll tell you that.
'09, the best wrestler on Raw, it had to be Randy.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Randy Orton, bro. That year was
Randy,
crazy for Randy. He was a fucking asshole.
Savage. He's
Randy
a
was an
savage.
asshole. Randy was an asshole.
He was. He going to RKO Stephanie right in front of Triple H while he's handcuffed,
Randy
and then he's
Orton,
going to kiss her.
Kiss her in front of her own husband, bro. That shit was crazy.
That feud with Triple H, that build, probably one of the best WrestleMania builds of all time.
Man, that gimmick was crazy. He freaking shaved his head bald. He looked crazier.
Right.
He looked crazier, and then he came out with Legacy, Rhodes and DiBiase.
Yeah, I couldn't stand Legacy back in the day. It was
Yeah,
just
me too.
like I respected their talent because those were three talented wrestlers. On from DiBiase's standpoint, he really didn't go big. But looking at Cody and Randy Orton now is just like you can't tell me that these guys haven't put their stamped their names in professional wrestling history.
Yeah, yeah, man. Cody and DiBiase were talented. Shane, didn't do much in WWE, but like it's cool to see Cody now in AEW. Where
Yeah.
he should have been. I'm being honest,
Mm-hmm.
where he should have been. I'm not sure what DiBiase is doing now, but
Call me. Speaking of Cody, call me crazy for this. I'm going to a little bit of a conspiracy, but I will go. I will go as far to say that the Stardust character was the catalyst for AEW being the company that it is now.
why is that?
Okay, let me explain. Let me go into context with it.
All right, let's hear it.
Cody hated doing that gimmick, right?
Right.
So he gambled on himself. He said, "I'm going to leave and make myself a bigger star outside of WWE."
Yeah.
Started building himself up, and he was free to do the like let his creative thoughts flow. He was like, "What if I start a wrestling company?"
Yeah. Yeah. Cody. You can definitely see in his face that he hated the gimmick, especially on TV. He hated the gimmick,
but he made the best of it. Like I
he really
respect him
did.
for.
He really did. He played the hell out of it. Did a great job with the Stardust gimmick. But yeah, once he left, he showed what he could do, and I looked at him. He's one of the top faces in AEW.
He
Literally.
everything he was given in WWE, he turned lemons to lemonade.
Yeah, he really did. But man, so what? We're in 09 now.
And yep, we said I think we both agreed that Randy was the best wrestler from Raw.
Yeah. So what's your pick for SmackDown?
CM Punk.
Bro, I was gonna say the same thing. CM Punk, yeah. CM Punk, man. That's when he beat Jeff Hardy for the belt. You cashed in, I think, right?
Yep. And he was in before his pipe bomb, he was doing some of the best bike work of his career.
Great work.
Yeah.
Bro, his best work to me is probably his SmackDown run as a heel. Especially with the whole SES group, Straight Edge Society. That was a great faction. When Cody goes, oh yeah, the paper bags, yeah. That was
Booker T got one every week.
Yeah, that was an undashing Cody Rhodes.
Undashing.
Oh yeah, Booker T did get one every week. Hold up, bro. Cody's lucky racist, lucky.
Like, nah. Right? I sensed racism there. I did for a little while.
Nah, that shit was hilarious. Cody come out every week with his mask and just give everybody paper bags and shit. The fans. That was hilarious.
Back to what was I gonna say before? Back to CM Punk. CM Punk. Like that straight edge gimmick, like when he became like a straight edge messiah, like he started growing his hair and his beard to look like Jesus, and he became like a cult leader, like he was saving people from drinking and smoking. Like it was offensive to anybody that was a religious follower of Christ, but as far as being a heel, it was brilliant.
Man, when he grew out his hair and his beard, I was like, bro, shave that shit, bro, because he fucking looks homeless. CM Punk looks homeless. But I mean, yeah, that worked. It looked great with that gimmick. It worked great, and that was his best work to me from SmackDown. That whole straight edge character, that was a great gimmick to me. Well, it's not a character; it's his lifestyle. But the whole Messiah thing.
Yeah, Road Dogg did say one time that the best WWE characters the best wrestling characters are reflections of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at that. Look at that. How fitting for CM Punk.
Right.
So
But
yeah, CM Punk is definitely my pick for SmackDown for 09. So we agreed Randy for Raw and then CM Punk for SmackDown.
yep.
Nice.
2010.
2010. Okay, so this year, these next couple years was pretty weird because there's barely any like top faces in WWE, as to say.
Yeah.
And this is when Sheamus came in his rookie
Right.
year.
Uh-huh.
So 2010, I gotta go with Randy Orton 2010. Once again.
Me too. I would say either Randy Orton or Wade Barrett.
Oh, that's nice. Wade Barrett's a cool one too. Yeah, Wade Barrett was actually a cool what's the name character, but they fucked him up really bad with the John Cena storyline.
Next to Cesaro, I would probably say that Wade Barrett was one of the most underutilized talents in WWE.
Definitely, yeah.
Because like the bad news gimmick that was over, and then WWE cut that down. They're like, you can't be doing that. He's supposed to be a heel. I'm like, turn this man face and see what he can do.
Or something. Do something with him. Yeah. Yeah.
But like the reason I said Wade Barrett was probably best wrestler in 2010 was because of the Nexus. I know it fell flat on his face, but at the time, it was like he was being set up for great things. They just should have kept it going.
Yeah.
Because like I was looking at some dirt sheets online, and it said Wade Barrett was actually being penciled in to end Undertaker's streak.
Wow.
If the Nexus thing continued growing, yeah.
Damn. Just imagine that.
Imagine if he got the rub of beating Undertaker, ending the streak. Just imagine.
That would
set his legacy up for good.
That would have been crazy because during that time, I think Taker was feuding with Shawn Michaels, I think, right? 2010.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So he was more like a part-time during that time because I think his last full year was like 09, I think, Taker.
Yeah.
Was 09. So after that, 2010 to like now, he was like more like a part-time. So that would have been interesting to see.
Cena definitely killed that. Cena made me mad with that.
Yeah, Nexus was cool, man. Remember seeing
it was the prototype Shield. What you say?
That debut when they came out and they beat the fuck out of John Cena during that one time on Raw. Bro,
wait, go ahead.
Nah, but I say like that just seemed real to me because I'm like, well, it was real, but like obviously it was planned like a shoot, but that shit seemed real to me. So I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers just came out of nowhere, destroyed everything.
Right, wait, go ahead.
I'm talking about the ring. I'm talking about the announcers. They fucking choked out Justin Roberts.
And yeah, Daniel Bryan got fired for that.
Yeah, he did.
My grandmother, God rest her soul. She was watching Raw that night. She called me and she was like, Kyrie, turn it on. You seen us getting jumped by like 8 men. I'm like, what? I was like, oh, wait, those are guys from NXT. What is this? I'm interested. I'm hooked. I want to see where this goes.
Yeah, and then not to mention, like I said earlier, 2010 was weird because they didn't really have much top faces in WWE. So like seeing these guys come in, it was a fresh thing, a fresh breath of air.
Mm-hmm. It was.
So it was like, oh shit, Wade Barrett was the leader at the time. He would be, a big star in WWE, but obviously that went down.
I will go as far as to say the Nexus was the prototype Shield.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like they had it, there were stables, they had similar motives, just wreak havoc all over the show. They run the show. Anybody that opposes us is going to get knocked down. But the thing was, they actually booked the Shield right. The Nexus.
Yeah, they really did. Yeah. If I'm being honest, if Cena joined the Nexus, that would have made them, like a really legit faction for lack of a better term, because Cena, it's already credible, a wrestler at that. So if he actually joined like for real, and not like the bullshit, thing he did, that little small run he did with the Nexus, then Nexus would be up there with the New Day as terms of factions and stuff, and the
Man,
Shield too.
I'm telling you, one day I'm gonna do an episode on where I do some fantasy booking. I'm gonna blow y'all minds with some of the ideas that I have.
Oh man, I'm curious to hear them.
Cena was forced to join storyline wise. Yeah, he was, and they could have did a lot with that.
That's what I'm saying. Like they forced him to join, but he should say fucking and join for real. You know what I'm saying? Like become an actual member of the Nexus. Just imagine what they would have done with Cena as a member of the Nexus.
Yeah, it was Super Cena was at an all-time high during this.
It was, yeah. And this is during the time where people were like, yo, turn Cena heel, turn Cena heel. It's the right time to do so. And yeah, it was, but I mean, things like the summer of Punk wouldn't have happened if he turned heel.
Those royalty checks were looking too good for him to turn heel. That's what was happening.
Yeah. So we said Wade Barrett. Well, we said Wade Barrett for Raw. I said Randy. Mm-hmm. So let's do SmackDown.
I would say Alberto Del Rio.
Okay. Del Rio.
Because he had a pretty good debut. He took out Rey Mysterio and Christian. He was being built up as a big heel.
Yeah.
It was JBL 2.0, basically.
Yeah, the Hispanic version of JBL.
Right.
2010 for SmackDown. I'm trying to think who was good.
2010 was kind of a right off year for WWE. Nothing really big happened.
Yeah, 2010 was weird. But I want to say Kane.
Kane.
Okay. He had that feud with Taker, where Taker got taken out, and he was like trying to figure out who it was, but it was him all along.
He was world heavyweight champion that year.
Exactly.
I remember that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he cashed in on Rey Mysterio. The same night he won it.
I was happy about that.
Yeah, I was too. Oh, because Rey did win the belt in 2010. I forgot about that shit. Damn.
Because Kane was long over. Oh, wait, what you say?
No, not just saying. That shit just came to mind when Kane cashed in on Rey. I'm like, damn, Rey was champion during that time.
Because before that, Kane's only title reign was that one day title reign in the Attitude Era where he lost to Stone Cold. And I was like, yeah.
Which is sad because Kane should be at least a 5-time champion, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, when he won the World Heavyweight title in 2010, I was like, this is long overdue and he deserves it. Let him have this moment, please. Let him have a lengthy title reign.
Yeah, something I've realized watching wrestling is that some people don't need the belt to be a big star. Kane was a huge star in the early or late 90s and early 2000s. So,
Kane was great. I was happy he got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
he scared me more than Undertaker did, honestly.
Yeah, it did. As that storyline with the fake Kane in 06 or 07, that shit was scary looking. I'm like, damn, it's 2 Kanes. I'm like, fuck.
And his entrance theme, Slow Chemical, one of the top 5 greatest wrestling themes ever.
Top 5. Without a doubt, it's top 5.
I can't tell you how many times I got pumped when that song came on.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, that's the reason why I chose Kane so much in the SmackDown vs. Raw series.
Right.
Just for that song.
That theme was fire, pun intended.
Exactly. But yeah, Kane is my pick for SmackDown 2010. That feud with Taker was cool, and
I
it was cool to see Kane get a world title.
Yeah, definitely.
So 2010, 2011. Come on, bro. Who's your 2011 pick for Raw?
Obviously, CM Punk.
Wait. I'm about to say this at the same time because they're the same person. CM Punk, man. So during this year, of or this era in WWE was interesting because this is when they started to get the smaller guys in the main event scene. So
Yep.
CM
CM
Punk,
Punk got made wrestling interesting again in one night with that
he
pipe
did,
bomb promo.
he did, yeah.
I'm
But
little 14-year-old me, 14, 15-year-old me, sitting back is a hot summer night in June. Just sitting back, casually watching Raw. After that promo, nothing but chills. I'm telling you.
man, that promo is so iconic. Like if you were to show that promo to a casual wrestling fan, they'll probably get hooked to wrestling just by that promo alone. Like that's how good that promo is.
Because basically, CM Punk said everything that we wanted to say. He spoke vicariously through us.
Yeah, he really did. And this was during the time where like if you watched any wrestling, then you were like one of the smart fans, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
So him mentioning Colt Cabana and Ring of Honor was like, oh shit, what
Mm-hmm.
the fuck?
Yeah. I'm like, what is WWE doing? Are they finally opening the forbidden door?
Yeah. But yeah, CM Punk, man, that's definitely up there. Or yeah, that's the only right answer for this year for Raw is CM Punk 2011.
And as far as SmackDown goes,
Now this, like I said, this year was kind of weird. This couple years kind of weird because they treated SmackDown like a bullshit little show. Wasn't like SmackDown like from early 2000s. It was just like a main event almost.
right,
Main event,
exactly.
like
Like
main event.
SmackDown definitely gets the stepchild treatment.
Yeah, which is crazy because SmackDown has some great stars. SmackDown has
Right.
some great stars.
I back in the day, and it's still today. I always preferred SmackDown over Raw.
Yeah. Well,
One, it was on a Friday. I didn't have to go to school the next day, so I could
you get to
actually
watch
stay up and
wrestling.
watch it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So for 2011, damn, I can't really choose during 2011 because
In 2011, for me, it's a tie between Christian and Mark Henry.
Christian's heel run, yeah. Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Mark Henry. Damn. Yeah, 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 yeah.
The Hall of
Yeah.
Pain storyline. Yeah, they had some good stuff going that year.
Hall of Pain, yeah. That's definitely up there. Well, actually, you know what? My pick is Mark Henry. Now that you mentioned that, because
Yeah.
I enjoy the hell out of that run as world champion and the Hall of Pain in general.
Another overdue world title win.
Yeah, very very long overdue. But I'm glad you got to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really glad we got to see it.
Because I think he was like only ECW champion. I think he held the European title at one point too.
Yeah,
But those
he
reigns weren't
held,
really memorable.
yeah he held I think just the ECW before that, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this was definitely long overdue. Became a fan of his when he feuded with Batista in like '07.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, I'm like, who's this dude coming out and just beating up Batista and that steel cage match? I was like, what the fuck? And then after that, I was
Right.
just like, man, this dude needs to be champion because just imagine the fights he would have with all these people.
Right.
So
Mark Henry was a workhorse.
he really was, and he's very underrated in my opinion. Mark Henry,
He is like
he's very underrated.
Mark Henry was talented.
He was, yeah. If I'm being honest, he should have won the belt from Cena when he had that fake retirement. Like
Man, rip
that
the cage off the
would be
door.
crazy.
You right. I would like to see anybody challenge this title for World's Strongest Man.
That's what I'm saying. And then who the fuck won the? I think Kurt Angle won the Battle Royal on SmackDown for the world title,
Mm-hmm.
and then Mark Henry was him and Kurt were the last two in that Battle
Yeah,
Royal.
Kurt eliminated him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, my pick for SmackDown is definitely Mark Henry.
Okay.
So that's a great pick.
It's a tie because I'm actually a huge Christian fan. I'm a huge Pete. I enjoyed his work at that time. I was happy he got his world title win
Yeah,
too.
flip the switch was flip the
Like
switch. I think
like
when he
people look
turned
at me
heel.
crazy. People look at me crazy when I say this. I say he was just as good as Edge was.
Yeah, Christian is also underrated as hell, man.
It
His heel work in TNA and during this time period in WWE was great too in
Yeah,
2011.
every time they say Christian wasn't all that good, I say go watch his stuff in TNA, and then if you're saying this in 2021, go watch his stuff in AEW right now.
Yeah, Christian is a workhorse in AEW.
If Edge is the rated R superstar, Christian's the underrated R superstar.
Underrated. That's cool. I like that underrated superstar. Outwork everyone, man. It's funny because
Right.
today went to Target. I was wearing my Christian Case T-shirt from
Oh,
TNA.
really?
So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, Christian Case
Man.
T-shirt representing.
Yeah, I'm just happy to see him back. Hopefully, I don't think he's going to get that. He's not
The
going to win it
title.
all out. Yeah, he's not going to win
Yeah,
it. Yeah, because he got the
yeah,
Impact Championship now. But
yeah. I mean, I'm just glad he's holding a belt right now, a championship, I should say, in 2021. Because Christian, he deserves it, man. He's been like in the shadows for too long, but now it's like, let's reward him because Christian is underrated.
if anybody's taking that title off of Kenny Omega, it has to be Hangman Page.
Yeah.
It's got to be. The story is there.
So rumors are saying that those plans might have been scrapped because of CM Punk.
Yeah.
But hopefully, they work something out that works with both CM Punk and Hangman Page. So
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
All right.
But that's off topic, man. Let's go back to.
We're in 20. We just did 2011. All right, 2012.
2012.
I think the brand split was dead at this time.
Oh yeah, definitely. This was this year during like from 2012 to like 2016. It was just like watch Raw because the last hour has the cool shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then a SmackDown was like whatever. Who gives a fuck, Loki? Just watch SmackDown.
It was WCW Thunder at that time.
Yeah, exactly. Basically. Yeah. Exactly. It was just like SmackDown got like the B plus superstars, like I don't know, just like whoever the mid cards and they fucking main eventing SmackDown. It was like whatever.
Raw, you had your John Cena's and your Roman Reigns.
Yeah, everybody.
And on SmackDown, you had your Dolph Ziggler's. No disrespect to him. Yeah, I'm just speaking in the perspective of the casual fans.
Yeah. So 2012, huh?
CM Punk.
Yeah, CM Punk is a good pick, but I kind of feel like that feud with Kevin Nash and Triple H that kind of ruined his momentum. If I'm being honest.
They messed up the summer of Punk, but it's okay. CM Punk rebounds from it.
He did, yeah.
Because he had that 434-day title reign.
Oh yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah, and he was babyface from he was babyface for the first half of it, and then he was like, okay, I don't want to get stale. Then he turned heel.
Yeah, that clothesline from the Rock, that shit is iconic, man. Rock going for the people's elbow, next thing you know, boom.
And his work as a heel at that time, like remember when he mocked Jerry Lawler's heart attack?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I'm pretty sure Jerry was cool with it, but I was like, you don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a crazy thing to do, but CM Punk is a genius when it comes to being a heel because he knows how to get real heat, not no fake ass heat because he's a heel, you gotta boo him, but like real heat as in like you want to beat his ass type of heat.
We're talking about heel heat that will make Roddy Piper blush.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, man. So this year it's kind of weird too because there's barely any top faces in here, but
the Yes movement started taking shape around this time too.
2012.
Yeah, the 18-second match.
Yeah, Sheamus beat him in like 18 seconds at WrestleMania. So
I was very upset with that. I'm not even going to lie.
Yeah, I was too. But I mean, kind of feel like everything happens for a reason. If that didn't happen, then Yes Movement wouldn't happen.
Yeah,
and I'm more than positive that was the start of the Yes Movement.
Definitely.
So yeah, 2012. I'm about to go with CM Punk. Well, it's kind of a tie for Raw because like Cena carried that year too on Raw.
Although
For,
he said,
for,
that was a bad year for him.
yeah, it's it's a tie for Raw. John Cena for half of the year, and then the rest is CM Punk.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I
then
respect that.
I kind of want to give an honorable mention. I might get some heat for this, but hear me out. John Laurinaitis.
People power.
People power. John
People
Laurinaitis.
power.
He
Hey,
was
look.
not a superstar, but he was definitely a prominent figure on TV for that entire year. So
Hey, he was the Lex Luthor to CM Punk's Superman.
yeah, exactly. So John Laurinaitis is another unsung hero. He people hated him, but you know he's just doing his job. He did a great job at that.
He was another Vicky Guerrero. He'll make
yeah.
He'll make you hate him. Look, I used to hate Vicky Guerrero. Like
Bro,
whenever I look at a picture, I can literally hear "excuse me" going off in my head.
Man, trust me, man. I freaking hate her when she was with Edge.
Excuse me.
That shit was annoying. It's funny because every week she would come out and cut a promo, and I'd be like, "Shut the fuck up!" But when she announced that she reinstated Undertaker to fight Edge for the belt, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like,
let's go,
Vicky.
Vicky.
I love you. Like, Vicky, I love you now.
Let's go, Vicky. You got back in my good graces.
Yeah, back on my good side.
But it was very brief.
Yeah, it really was. For like 2 seconds, and after that, I fucking hated her.
And then I went back hating her a week later.
Yeah, me too. Fucking hated her.
But she did her job. She's one of the best heel managers of all time.
Definitely, she's up there. But yeah, 2012, John Cena, Punk, and then honorable mention, John Laurinaitis for Raw.
People power.
People power. I'm telling you, when Cena beat him in that steel cage match, or that match he had with John Laurinaitis, I was happy as fuck. I'm like,
right.
I'm like, get him on TV, bro. Fuck.
And then like a month later, I'm like, dang, I really miss people power.
Yeah,
now.
exactly. I miss that. Nah, this dude was wearing, I think he was wearing like a bright ass red suit. I think with a white shirt.
Right. That man like a whole Valentine's Day present.
Exactly. Yeah. like a fake ass Brother Love and shit. I love you.
And fun fact, that was Undertaker's first manager. Most people forget about that.
Oh yeah, that was true. Yeah.
Wasn't even Paul Bearer.
Yeah, Brother Love. 2012, man, SmackDown.
Sheamus, maybe that'll be my pick.
Yeah.
Not much happened on SmackDown.
Yeah, I'm looking at this PWI list, and Sheamus is up there, and just trying to think Sheamus, but yeah, Sheamus had a great one on SmackDown as a babyface during that time. The Great White, the Great White gimmick. So
definitely,
yeah, Sheamus, because like I said, SmackDown had a weird phase. You know, nobody cared about SmackDown during this time, so it was like, you know, fuck SmackDown.
I've definitely been. I was like, you know, I'm just gonna watch everything on Raw and just catch highlights of SmackDown on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Just watch everything, you know, the day after.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's just say Sheamus because his face run was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, it was. I wouldn't mind seeing Sheamus as a babyface again.
Yeah, me too. Sheamus is actually really underrated in my opinion. Like he's up there with the greats.
Oh yeah,
I think so. Okay,
we're in 2013. This is back when WWE.
Oh man,
this is when WWE was getting good again. 2013.
All right, look. So why do I feel like we both had the same person for 2013?
Daniel Bryan. Come on now.
Daniel Bryan. But I say,
come on now. Who else?
Say the three with the same person. But yeah, Daniel Bryan. Oh my goodness, the Yes Movement.
Daniel Bryan was at his peak popularity at this point.
Bro, 2012.
Speaking of 2012, we forgot to mention how good Team Hell No was.
Oh shit, yeah, Team Hell No.
It made me feel like it was Attitude Era all over again with those guys.
Yeah, those segments were cool, man. Kane showing, you know, how diverse he is. as a performer.
Yeah, they have more chemistry than a science fair,
They
bro.
did, yeah. That's a bar right there, bro. Keep that. That's a bar. But yeah, they freaking winning the tag titles. That shit was fun to watch, man. But yeah,
I loved it.
2012 was when I graduated middle school, and I remember vividly because during this time Brian was very hot during the time with the Yes Movement. So I was freaking skipping all over school. I was like, yes, yes, yes. So I was a DB fan, man, during middle school, and then this is when the Yes Movement really took off.
Yeah, man, the Yes Movement was something special. If you missed out on the Yes Movement, you missed out on something special. I'm
Don't
telling
know
you.
what to tell you,
Like
bro.
it was just an underdog workhorse that the fans loved. Finally getting
Everybody,
his due after so many hurdles in his way.
yeah. Not to mention, going back to 2012, this is when the Shield debuted.
Yep. See,
So so
like I
so
said, wrestling was picking up at this time.
Yeah, so that's when the Shield debuted. So let's keep that in mind next couple years. But yeah, 2012 they had a great match. Brian and Team Hell No, or was it? It was Team Hell No and Ryback versus the Shield at TLC
Yep,
2012. That shit was fun as hell to watch, bro.
it
I'm trying to tell you,
was.
that was a great match.
I mean, the Shield, WWE handled the Shield perfectly.
Yeah, that bro, the whole run was just amazing. If I'm being
and, and,
honest.
and three main eventers came out of that.
Yep.
Three legit faces of the company, like Dean Ambrose, now John Moxley. He became the top guy in AEW in 2020.
Yeah,
Seth and
man.
Roman in WWE, they had their moments at the top. Well, Roman is still the top guy. More on that later.
Yeah, when they first debuted, like I'm very patient. If I'm being honest, I'm very impatient. So I'm like, damn, like wonder how they'll be as main eventers in the future, WWE, or how they will be presented as as main event guys. But yeah, that that whole run as a Shield was just fun to watch, very entertaining to watch.
It was.
And then when they finally got gold around their waist, Ambrose won the U.S. title and Rollins and Reigns as tag titles. I was like, bro, this is cool.
Yes, exactly.
I'm like, this is cool as fuck. But
And then
yeah,
when they
so
broke
we're
up, people were all sad and stuff. I was like, "What are you sad for?" Now we
yeah,
get to. If you think they were good as a stable, wait till you see them as single stars.
yeah. But more on that later. 'Cause we're in 13 now.
Okay,
2013 now. So
I think we'll both agree that it was Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan, yeah, bro, he was so over, bro, that they had a 2K cover tournament where you like or contest where you like create your own
I
cover
remember.
for 2K the video game, and then they chose the one with Daniel Bryan.
I entered that contest. I made one with the Shield
Oh, nice! Look
on
at
the
that full
cover.
circle.
Yep,
Nice.
just like them looking down at the camera and them doing their poses.
Oh,
I found a
that's
picture
cool.
of them doing it, and I made it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like with 2K series, it would be cool to have more than one wrestler on the cover, rather than just
Right.
one. But yeah, that's cool that Rock was on there, but of course they got Brian, which was the no brainer. If I'm being honest, Brian.
Right. You know how Vince
But
McMahon is. There ain't going to be no small guy on the cover of his
yeah, no,
game.
exactly, yeah. So Raw, we got Daniel Bryan. How about SmackDown?
SmackDown. It's kind of hard to say.
If
I,
if
I didn't really. I was really into SmackDown at that time.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, it was kind of weird because they barely had stars. I'm gonna keep saying that until we get to a point where they have stars. But we can skip SmackDown for the next like
Couple of
3 years,
years.
maybe. Yeah, a couple years until 2016 because that's when the brand split happened again. So
Right.
yeah, Raw,
Oh, and I got a lot to say about SmackDown in 2016.
bro. Me too, bro. But let's wait until we get to 2016 because I got a lot to say too. So yeah, 13, Daniel Bryan. 2014. Who's your pick?
2014, Brock Lesnar.
Yep. because for one reason only, he broke the streak.
He broke the streak. He killed Super Cena.
Yeah,
John Cena's never been super since that SummerSlam match with Brock.
yeah, that's definitely Brock is definitely up there, but
If
2014.
I was about to say, if John Cena's Superman, Brock Lesnar is definitely Doomsday.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. But I was gonna say that also Brock is up there, or not Brock. Brian is up there too with Brock Lesnar because that's when he won the world title,
Mm-hmm.
and not to mention he beat Triple H
Yep.
at WrestleMania 2 that same night to get into the match. So
I would say Daniel Bryan, but he got injured early that
yeah,
year.
he did, but he had a great match with Kane at Extreme Rules the next pay per view after that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Daniel Bryan just for that early half of the year, then Brock for the rest is my pick.
Even if you hate Cena, like 10 minutes into that beat now, you're just like, all right, buddy, we need to cut right.
Yeah, it is.
Like Cena just got like what 3 moves in that whole match. It was a 20-minute
Yeah,
squash match basically.
Brock literally just hit him with the German suplexes like entire matches and F5 and boom, that's it.
Suplex City was born that year too.
It was, yeah. Suplex
Or was
City,
it 2015? No, that was 2015 actually, where he first said it.
Oh, Suplex City, bitch.
Man, I was like, see, when Brock Lesnar cares, he's the GOAT.
Yeah, man.
When he's invested into a match, he's the best at what he does.
You know, people hate Brock because he's a part-time, but in retrospect, that was such a smart move on Vince's part to keep him as a main attraction. Because
exactly
when Brock comes out, you get that big fight feel type of energy.
Yeah.
And
like when they'll say, "Oh, I hate Brock," but you're going to be watching his match at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, definitely. And Brock is a one of a kind athlete, once in a lifetime athlete too. Like he's not just like an average like wrestler who you can put on TV every week. I mean, it would be cool to see him every week. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, he's the type of person you see him once a month or maybe once every full moon or whatever.
And when he's wrestling smaller opponents like those matches he had with AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, Finn Balor, Seth, it's great.
Yeah, definitely. So people who hate on Brock Lesnar just don't understand the business aspect of wrestling. But yeah, Brock is a great athlete. His entire run in 2014 to like 2017 was fun to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Brock Lesnar, Daniel Bryan, that's my my 2 picks for 2014.
2015, I gotta say Seth
Rollins.
Yes. And I'm gonna squeeze the NXT one in there too. Finn Balor.
Ooh, Finn Balor, yeah, that's a good one.
Can I get one more NXT one in there? Just because she was so great that year, Sasha Banks.
Oh yeah, definitely Sasha Banks.
I'm sorry, 2015. That was a year that my spirit for wrestling was revitalized.
Yeah, great picks.
Yeah,
Balor and Sasha Banks. Yeah, so for 2015, definitely Seth Rollins because that's when he became a legit star.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hated he's a manager too.
Greatest passion ever.
I freaking hated Rollins at the time, and it's funny because that's the year that I met him here in DC at a convention. I met him. He's really cool.
Man, lucky.
So, yeah, he's a great guy, but I fucking hated his character, man. I'm like, dude.
I just didn't like how they were booking him. Honestly, he was booked so weak.
Yeah, his first appearance when he came out, like his attire was kind of weird to me because I'm like, looks like a fucking. I don't know what to describe it, but like he's wearing this weird ass gimmick, like generic ass gimmick, or
right?
Not gimmick, like clothing, I should say, attire. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Like a Power Ranger, basically.
Yeah, exactly, the Black Ranger or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for NXT, want to say Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens, he had the best main roster call up.
He did, yeah.
of all
Bro,
time.
He beat John Cena, bro. That's just crazy.
He beat John Cena clean. I was so shocked because
Yeah, very
when he
clean.
debuted on the roster and said he was fighting Cena, I'm like, oh Lord, here we go.
Yeah.
Gonna be a competitive match, but Cena's gonna get his dub.
Man, when
Kicked out of AA and then pinned them clean.
when he made his debut on Raw against Cena, and he freaking laid him out and just stomped on the WWE belt or the US belt, I should say, holding the NXT belt. That was a big statement, man. That was a big statement.
Knocking on wood. I hope Vince McMahon doesn't mess up NXT.
Just knock on wood for you, man.
Knock on it again. just for the one.
For good measure.
Right. Please, because NXT is something beautiful.
I don't know, man. I just hope that this new rebranding of NXT doesn't ruin, NXT, because NXT is the opposite of what Raw and SmackDown is. It's like more like towards like indie and real wrestling fans,
It's for the smart wrestling fans.
The smarts, yeah, the smarts, yeah, the smarts. And then Triple H has a great way to tell stories, with wrestling too. So hopefully that format doesn't change dramatically. But if it does, then I'm done watching NXT.
Right.
But, yeah.
If they go back to like it was in the FCW days, I'm like, yeah, I'm not watching this no more.
Yeah, hell no. What if they go back to like when it first came on TV on Sci-Fi?
A rookie competition? No, I'm definitely not watching.
Yeah, definitely not watching that shit.
I will drive up to Stamford, Connecticut.
Bro, I'm telling you, if they treated like NXT from like 2010, but to treat NXT like SmackDown in like 2010, I'm not watching that shit. But yeah, so
we're gonna see Paul Levesque is all elite.
Yeah, Paul Levesque, Paul Levesque, or the Terrorizing,
right?
All elite, bro. If that happens, bro, which I doubt it would, but that would be so fucking huge, bro. If
that would be crazy,
bro. If Triple H went to AEW, oh my goodness, don't know what to say.
And like just help elevate the talent there.
Yeah, man, Triple H is in my top 5 too, so that would be crazy to see him go to AEW. But yeah, so 2015, my pick is Rollins and Kevin Owens for NXT. SmackDown, who gives a fuck about SmackDown? Fuck SmackDown. 2016, man, who's your pick for Raw? Or pick in general? Because
okay,
hold on, what is a brand split? It's a brand split.
Yep, brand split's back. Okay, I got a lot to say about SmackDown this year because SmackDown was just goated this year.
Oh man!
But for SmackDown, it's a tie between AJ Styles and The Miz.
Oh, that's a great one. Miz as IC champion, bro. That was a great ass.
Like I knew Miz was a great talent before, but that Talking Smack promo and his performance in IC title matches after that, oh my god, like it brought a whole new level of respect. I knew he was a great talent before that, but oh my god, that feud with Dolph Ziggler, those Talking Smack segments with Daniel Bryan, like bro.
So I'm kind of biased for 2016 because AJ Styles was really my favorite in TNA for all those years.
Yeah, he's the greatest wrestler in TNA history.
Yeah, he really is. So when he came to the Rumble, I was freaking hyped, man.
Man, this was back when I was a sophomore at VSU. Watching that, I popped like crazy when AJ came out.
When AJ came out, bro, I went crazy.
And I just thought of all the dream matches that he could have.
I know. And then later that year, bro, they came to the Richmond Coliseum, and I was a freshman at VSU. And
okay.
And I went my boy Mike to Richmond Coliseum to watch AJ win his first belt in the WWE.
Oh yeah, that was at Richmond. Yep.
So like I said, I'm biased because I have that memory with AJ Styles and that year. But
and that match he had with Cena at SummerSlam,
that was a great match too.
It was a thing of beauty. That should have got 5 stars with Dave Meltzer. But
that match was one of my fantasy matches. When he was in TNA, I'm like, what are you going against John Cena? Because they're both like the faces of their companies, respectively.
Yeah, it was a dream match.
the dream match. So when that happened, I was like, oh shit,
And
that's
they did
happening.
not disappoint when they were in the ring
They
together.
did not disappoint. They did not
And I'm
disappoint.
so happy AJ beat him clean.
Yeah,
He needed that.
he really did. But Cena got his revenge and beat him at the Rumble for the belt. I think the next day.
That was another good one. AJ looked
Great match.
phenomenal in defeat.
Phenomenal defeat, exactly.
Yeah.
Good way to put it. But yeah, AJ 2016 for SmackDown, Raw. It's kind of a tie for me.
Raw. Because you see, SmackDown was doing this thing that year. Raw, it was just like y'all behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, Raw was at a point where they was trying to like be different, if that makes sense. Because they,
I don't think that WWE, the way they set the draft up and on paper, I don't think that they didn't mean for SmackDown to take off like it did.
Yeah, they didn't, because they gave SmackDown like the shittiest picks, but SmackDown was just a better show.
Exactly. Like everybody that was on that brand, you were a star. Heath Slater, for example.
Exactly.
The I Got Kids storyline.
That was a great storyline.
I was sold. I loved it.
So man, 2016 for Raw. Should we do after the brand split or before the brand split?
I think after the brand split, maybe. I guess the best wrestler on Raw at that time.
Okay, so for after the brand split, I want to say between Roman and Kevin Owens.
Chris Jericho for me.
That's my pick for 2017 because I think that's when I was in 2016 with the list.
He started the list in 2016.
Oh, okay, yeah, he carried Raw.
Remember when that dude roasted James Ellsworth?
Oh yeah, he said he had no chin or something like that.
Chins McMahon.
Chins McMahon. There you go.
Chris Jericho got a clipboard over.
And a freaking pin and a scarf.
Right, like and the word it.
And the word it. He said, you're going to get
it. Like I said, Chris Jericho, Shawn Michaels is the GOAT to me, but you're an honorable mention.
No, Jericho, man, is definitely up there with the Mount Rushmore.
Right.
But yeah, Reigns because, I don't know, he carried Raw during his weird era of Raw. Rebuilding Monday Night Raw, trying to make it more edgier. Because actually, let's speak on that. Because Raw was trying to, go back to his roots, like being more edgier and being more like a cool show, like it was. But that failed miserably.
Right.
Like the intro gave me like 03 vibes,
Gave me Ruthless Aggression era vibes.
Yeah, exactly. The 03 vibes with the live through the music. That type of energy, but
yeah,
kind of felt like it was forced because I don't know, it just felt forced for some reason. But yeah, Reigns because he carried that brand Raw, and then Kevin Owens was a champion too. So
facts.
The year is a tie between Owens and Reigns for Raw.
I got Jericho, but I get why you'll say Roman and Owens too.
Yeah, great pick. Jericho's a great pick because he carried Raw too. I'm being honest. Not to mention, was that the year when he won the U.S. belt? Or I think that's 2017. I think.
Yeah, it was 2017.
Yeah, he won the U.S. belt with Kevin Owens.
Yep.
I said with Kevin Owens. Yeah, tag team match. Yeah, Kevin Owens. Yeah. So, yeah, great year. 2017, man.
2017 SmackDown, AJ Styles.
Yeah, again, AJ.
Like this was the year where he just completely was just pulling out match of the year candidates with everyone. John Cena, Brock Lesnar.
Back at that.
Yeah, that match with Finn Balor at TLC when where a couple people in the Raw locker room got sick and they got AJ Styles from SmackDown and they had that banger of a match.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. again, I'm pretty biased because 2017 he won the championship again,
Yep.
and it's
I was
funny
so
because
happy when
he
he beat Jinder Mahal. I was like, thank you.
yeah, and it's funny because he won it on my birthday. So he won the first time
Oh,
he won it.
wow.
The first time he won it in Richmond. I was there for that. Second time he won it my birthday. So look at that, full
Oh,
circle.
wow.
So yeah, AJ Styles is definitely my pick for SmackDown. Raw, huh? Trying to think who was became prepared for this show, man, for this podcast because I don't have a list for people, but oh, you know what? Dean Ambrose,
Oh, Raw, Dean Ambrose.
yeah, Dean Ambrose.
For Raw, um,
Well, actually, you know what? Now thinking about it, 2017 had some pretty cool candidates too. Braun Strowman, Dean Ambrose,
I was gonna say Braun.
yeah, Roman Reigns once again.
Braun was coming into his own in 2017.
Man,
That
his
feud with
feud,
Roman,
that feud Roman was epic, man. I tell you, that was a great feud.
like
But
they were Braun. He was presented as a legitimate threat to Roman,
he
and he
really
beat
was.
Roman clean on one pay-per-view.
Man, that feud was fun to watch because Braun was a powerhouse monster, and he had Reigns who was just OP as fuck.
Do
So,
you remember the night Roman threw that? He just yeeted that chair at Roman.
oh yeah, I remember that shit.
Roman was going to go for this spear. Braun was like, nope.
Yeah,
Boom,
no, man,
right
yeah,
in the head.
that feud was just fun to watch, man. Had freaking Braun Strowman flipping ambulance trucks and shit. Remember that?
Man, Braun WWE really dropped the ball with Braun Strowman. I got so
Yeah,
mad when I found out he was released.
they dropped the ball on him, bro, because like he had that momentum in 2017. After that, it's
He
just
should have
like
taken the
okay,
title off.
well,
He should have taken the title off of Brock too.
yeah, definitely.
That was perfect time to do it. Like when they fought for the title at I think it was No Mercy.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, one of those two.
Yeah, like Braun was
Yeah,
presented as one of the few people that could actually,
yeah, like beat
toss
Brock.
Brock around,
Yeah, exactly,
ragdoll him.
exactly. So, yeah, honestly, not really sure why he didn't pull the trigger on Braun during this time because he was red hot, man. He was a monster heel. He had that momentum behind him, but they just didn't pull the trigger on him. I'm not sure why. And then when he finally won the belt, like last year, I mean that was cool, but it was
The
like who gives
shine
a
was
fuck?
already off of him.
Yeah, like it was cool, but it was like who gives a fuck? Like whatever. It's cool,
Well,
but
for one thing, there was no crowd.
oh, that's true. There was no crowd.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just like, yeah, Braun, y'all should have struck when the iron was hot,
exactly. Yeah, because by that time the iron was cold.
right?
So Braun,
That iron been
Braun,
out in the winter.
yeah. Hopefully Braun does some cool stuff now that he's a free agent. Maybe goes to the indie scene, which is funny because before he got fired, he said that the indie scene is like the minor leagues.
Yeah, be careful what you
Remember that?
say.
Remember that?
Yeah, I
So
remember.
now that he's fired, he has no choice but to go to the minor leagues and
Be
work his way.
careful what you say.
Careful what you say, man.
Never forget where you come from.
And it's funny because like Randy said the same thing, or something similar to that. But Randy's Randy.
It's a difference.
The
Randy's a
difference, yeah.
proven star. Randy ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, Randy's never going nowhere.
He always got a place
But
in WWE.
but somebody like Braun, it's like, come on, bro. Like,
Yeah, you gotta prove yourself.
exactly. So yeah, 2017, Braun is up there for Raw. But
It's Braun and AJ for me.
yeah, me too. Braun and AJ, but also Reigns up there too for 2017 for Raw, I should say.
Okay, 2018. This is gonna be like a soul pick for me, like a
Okay.
soul NXT pick. It's gonna
Right.
be Johnny Gargano.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Johnny Gargano, that
Johnny
feud with
freaking
Tommaso
wrestling.
Ciampa and those matches that he was having.
Johnny freaking wrestling.
Right. That's my
Yeah,
name on the main event, Kyrie Wrestling, and then I
Kyrie
put four
Wrestling.
claps.
Kyrie Wrestling.
Yep.
Man, 2018 for Raw was weird because I don't know, man. It just lacked so much star power. The champion was barely Brock Lesnar was barely there.
AJ
So
was holding it down on SmackDown. SmackDown
it
was great
was,
that year too.
yeah, it really was. And
The
then
AJ Styles had his title reign. The Miz and Daniel Bryan finally had their feud.
yeah,
The Bar, the New Day, the Usos, they were all on the same brand as a tag team.
yeah, so,
Becky Lynch became the man.
yeah.
I'm just like,
Damn,
SmackDown was cooking that year.
can't believe it's been that long, man, since she became the man.
It seems like a lifetime ago.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, for
Come a long way.
2018, I'm gonna go with Seth Rollins for Raw
Okay.
because his
Oh yeah, Monday Night Rollins.
Monday Night Rollins, yeah, that was a great run, but it felt kind of generic too at the same time. But his matches
Yeah.
was great.
Seth works better as a heel than as a babyface.
He does, he does. But the problem with Rollins during that period was that he was just generic and bland. You know, it was more
Just,
like
just I'm a good wrestler that can do a bunch of
exactly,
flips.
exactly. I'm a good wrestler. I can do a bunch of flips, but it's like what makes you different from everybody else? Because I
It's,
don't know, man. It was just a weird time period in for Raw 2018, but definitely Seth
the,
Rollins, just based on the matches alone.
2018 got more weird when you unpeeled their relationship with Saudi Arabia too.
Oh yeah, let's not speak on that because
Yeah, we're not.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, we're not gonna turn this to a political thing.
Yeah, but yeah, SmackDown. I gotta go with my boy AJ Styles again.
Oh yeah,
Man, AJ was just holding it down, man. Well, actually, you know what? No, I kind of want to say Daniel Bryan again.
yeah. Daniel Bryan, that heel turn,
That heel turn was great.
I didn't see that coming at all.
That
That
heel turn
shocked
was
me,
great.
and
Daniel
I didn't
Bryan,
see and I didn't see AJ Styles losing the title to him that night.
yeah, that was like random as fuck when that happened. But
Right,
yeah, Bryan,
but it was great. And then that match with Brock at Survivor Series the next Sunday.
another great match.
Right. Do you follow Parts Unknown
On
on YouTube?
Parts of Known, maybe I'm not sure.
Oh, do you remember Adam from What Culture?
Oh yeah.
He actually said that Daniel Bryan versus Brock was his favorite match.
Really?
Yeah, it's basically because Daniel Bryan's selling during the match.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that match was interesting because Brock was a heel too, right? And Brian was a
yeah.
heel too, so it was heel versus heel. So just kind of curious how that would work,
And it just made it look like, hey, Brock is going to kill Daniel Bryan.
especially because he's more bigger and he's a freaking monster and shit. So
Right.
yeah, that was a fun match. So yeah, then Brian and AJ once again is my pick for SmackDown.
Oh, I was going to say about SmackDown 2018, I also forgot Samoa Joe during that time.
Oh hell yeah, Samoa Joe, great.
Oh, Wendy!
Yeah, that was a great feud. Him and AJ Styles.
Samoa Joe is he's such a great talker. Like his when he's on the microphone, he comes across as a great threat, a big threat.
Thing is with Samoa Joe and WWE, I kind of feel like they ruined him to the point where it's like he's not a threat anymore like he was in TNA because he would lose all the big profile matches.
Yeah,
But I'm glad he's a champion in NXT. Hopefully Vince doesn't fuck that up because you know how that went on the main
right.
roster. But yeah, man, his feud with Jeff Hardy on SmackDown was cool too. 2018.
Remember when he came out and he cut a promo on all of his Elimination Chamber opponents and he just obliterated Jeff?
Yeah.
He's like, act like this is an AAB, just shut your mouth while I'm talking. I'm like, yo, this man woke up and chose violence.
That shit, but that was a dirty move, man. That shit was crazy. That was
this man woke up and chose violence.
Chose violence. Well, it makes sense because he's what's his gimmick in TNA? Nation of Domination, Nation of Violence. I'm not sure what it was. I forgot.
Yeah, I just called him the Samoan Submission Machine.
Samoan Submission Machine. Yeah, Nation of Violence. That's what it is. Nation of Violence. I said Nation of Domination.
Hey, shout out to them too.
Yeah, shout out to them. But yeah, Samoa Joe's a great pick for SmackDown 2018.
2019. What was I gonna say?
Oh, you got something else to say?
Oh no, we're on 2019 now.
So I'm gonna pull a page out of your book for 2019 and go with NXT once again. Adam Cole, baby. I was thinking the same thing. Adam Cole had a great year 2019, and then
those NXT matches with Gargano.
Yeah, man, that great matches, man. His title reign was actually really fun to witness too.
That match with Daniel Bryan on SmackDown when everybody was stuck overseas in Saudi Arabia and they had to pull all the NXT wrestlers.
Man, that night was crazy because I'm like, what will they do, for SmackDown? Because I'm like, shit, what's gonna happen? But just played out perfectly because the month after that it was Survivor Series.
So, I was just like, yeah. Y'all can feel free to have more traveling issues if we could get stuff like this. Right. Feel free to.
Adam Cole was definitely a great run. Had a great run, I should say, in 2019.
And also on the SmackDown side of things, shout out to my boy Kofi. Kofi Mania was something special.
Without a doubt. That was my favorite moment of WrestleMania, to be honest.
It was. I didn't care about. Well, I did. I wanted Becky to get her moment too, but I was more for the Kofi match than anything.
Yeah, Kofi, man, that shit was.
Because I'm like, Kofi Kingston should have been a WWE champion years before this.
Man, when that moment happened, it felt so great because it was real.
Yeah.
The tears on Xavier and Kofi and Big E.
Right.
It was real. So, yeah, I don't know. Just made it more special. Of course, him being the first African American champion.
Yeah. And I was just like, Kofi, you did that one for the culture. Thank you.
He did. But the way he lost it was dirty, man. And we're not going to mention it once again. But
I was just like, yo. I mean, I know it was Brock Lesnar, but come on, you could at least let Kofi go at him for like 10 minutes or so. We knew Brock was going to win, but no, Kofi didn't deserve to go out like that.
Yeah, man, like let him hit a freaking, finisher or something, do something.
And then the fact that they acted like the title reign never happened the next week, I'm like, come on, man.
Devastated.
They definitely over. I hated that they let Brock. Yeah, exactly.
Devastated.
Especially that.
Kofi for SmackDown, Adam Cole for NXT Raw. Who I got a thing on this one because I feel like Raw had a great year 2019.
For Raw, let's see. Raw was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of lacking from, I guess. I don't want to say Seth because I said Seth a lot.
Yeah, honestly, and AJ Styles, but who cares? Like, it is what it is.
I mean, there weren't really Seth, he lost some points with me after that feud with the Fiend.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That Hell in a Cell match. Ugh.
That shit was terrible, man. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Look, when I saw the finish of that match and I saw they ended the match for being too violent, the first thing I thought was, dang, Mick Foley would have appreciated this when he got tossed off the cell.
Exactly, yeah. This dude got freaking tossed off the cell, and then he got chokeslammed off the cell once again after that.
Exactly.
So just imagine if they cared that much back then.
Cute, like if Mick Foley's probably watched this, he'd be like, "Y'all soft."
Dead soft as fuck. But I mean,
and that man lost a tooth in the match.
A tooth
went to his nose. Yeah.
Went up his nose. Huh. It's kind of hard to pick somebody for Raw, man.
Let's just say I'm just gonna say everybody they held it together on Raw.
Yeah, collective, I should say.
Yeah, but I don't really have a pick for Raw in 2019.
2019, Seth Rollins once again because he held it down. Powerhouse. Powerhouse.
Yeah.
Or workhorse, I should say. Workhorse.
Okay.
Oh man, 2020.
Raw Drew McIntyre easily.
Definitely, yeah. Drew McIntyre, without a doubt.
Drew McIntyre. I felt so bad, like, because in the beginning of 2020, before the pandemic hit, he had all the momentum. He eliminated Brock in the Rumble. He won the Rumble. Like, Drew McIntyre was, all the momentum was his. The world was his for the taking.
Yeah, man. Drew, I kind of feel like this is a perfect timing, too, with McIntyre, because they when he came back from Impact and went to NXT, I kind of feel like if he got pushed, during like 2018, 2019, he would have got lost in the shuffle a little bit. So
yeah,
I'm glad they chose 2020, even with no fans, to get the title. He freaking carried the whole COVID era.
He did, and for the first time ever, it was one of the few rare times that a wrestler that Vince McMahon likes is a wrestler that all the fans like too. Like, we all agreed on Drew.
Yeah, Drew. So glad Drew got that moment because Drew's a great wrestler, phenomenal wrestler.
But guys, if you're watching this, we go more in depth about Drew McIntyre on another video. So go check that out. I'll put a link in.
Check it out.
I'll put a link in after this video.
Drew McIntyre. Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm just glad he finally got his moment. Yeah. He feels like a much bigger deal now than before, and that's a great thing because he's very talented.
Yeah, he definitely. I hate when wrestlers they get released from WWE and they complain about it. Drew made no excuses for himself. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go build my name back up, and I'm gonna become so good that they can't ignore me.
Yeah. So this is pretty off topic, but it's a cool little story, cool little funny story. So when I went to Vegas for SummerSlam, my flight back to DC was a transfer flight. So one from Vegas to Denver and Denver to DC, right?
Yeah.
And so when I got on my flight to Denver, there was this big dude, this huge motherfucker, and I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, that's Omos."
Oh, it was? You saw him?
Yeah, he was with Omos, and he was with Rey Mysterio, so they were flight buddies. So once we got in the plane, the first seats is like business seats, so they're like, I guess, the private area, I guess, of the plane. So bro, when I tell you, I looked up and I seen all the wrestlers. It had freaking Randy Orton, it had Sheamus.
Oh wow, I know you were ecstatic.
I was happy as hell, bro. They had Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, Omos.
Were you able to get a picture?
Nah, because they were sitting down already, and I was going to my seat in the airplane. But on top of that, they're tired, man. So it's like I'm not trying to bother them after a show because
True.
Not trying to be that fan,
Yeah, that's true. After the show at they did at Virginia State. Me and my friends, we actually bumped into Otis, Tucker Knight, and Drake Maverick at the Wawa.
Oh, nice.
And I actually got pictures with them. They're really cool people. They were kind of in a rush though, but
yeah, of course, yeah, because they gotta go to the next
Yeah,
city or whatever. But
it was so cool though. I'm just like, wow, like
bro, it's
it's
like
special being a wrestling fan.
it really is, man. And it's funny because seeing them in person, they just feel like like a regular dude. You know what I'm saying? Regular
Right, like
people.
they have normal lives just like we do.
Exactly. Yeah. So, for somebody like a fan to come to them and be like, "You can get a picture." I'm like, bro, come on, man. It gets old. Like, let them chill for a minute. Whatever. Maybe if it's meant to be, you cross the paths later and handshake and meet them properly. But yeah, man. So seeing them, Sheamus and McIntyre together, that kind of ruined the whole storyline on TV because they just fought on Raw like last Monday. So it was like, damn,
Yep.
I'm like, damn, they were sitting on the airplane not so long ago. Now they're fighting each other.
Oh yeah, they're definitely great friends outside of
Yeah,
WWE. Yeah.
yeah, and also saw Damian Priest on my flight too, and Matt Riddle.
I know that was fun.
Yeah, it was really
Tell me Riddle said bro one time.
well. He was in front of me, so didn't really see him, face to face. But yeah, seeing him in front of me with Priest and man, they are tall dudes, man. They're really tall.
Yeah, they're like TV doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, man. So just a little story that I thought I would share with you.
Okay, yeah, that's fun. But yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, man. So Raw, McIntyre, SmackDown. Who you got?
SmackDown. It's gonna be my same pick for 2021, but
Oh man, I
Roman
knew it.
Reigns,
Roman Reigns. Yeah,
the Tribal Chief.
the
That's
Tribal
right.
Chief.
I acknowledge him.
Me too, man. Hit, bro. That feud with Jey Uso.
So
That shit was
emotional.
crazy. That shit was
Emotional,
crazy.
nerve wracking. Is just like, yo, Roman has finally reached the potential that Miss McMahon saw in him so many years back, and I'm here for it.
Man, that was so long overdue. That heel turn.
Yeah,
But yeah, so for me is also Sami Zayn for 2020 SmackDown.
Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is just like he's great on promos and he can do it all basically.
Yeah, Sami Zayn gets it, man. Like people see him as like just like a lousy person or whatever. Like he's like annoying. But
The dancing makes me laugh too.
oh yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah, I enjoyed his Intercontinental title reign though.
Yeah, he had a great match with was it AJ and Jeff Hardy for the belt
Yep.
ladder match. Yeah, that was a smart way to win it. When I tell
He,
you he handcuffed Hardy's year to the ladder, I was like, what the fuck?
right.
But yeah, man, Sami Zayn is underrated too, man. His run with the IC belt on SmackDown last year was a great run.
Yep, it was.
So he's my
Um,
pick for SmackDown. My second pick for SmackDown.
okay, and then we get to 2021.
Oh man, I think it's obvious,
We're
man.
here.
For me so far, it's been Lashley and Reigns.
Yeah, Raw, Bobby Lashley, SmackDown, Roman Reigns. I echo that same sentiment.
Yeah, because Bobby finally got what he deserved. And that's a WWE belt. After all these years, his run in TNA really made him to a star. If I'm being honest, because that showed him what he could do as a main event star.
Facts.
So I'm just glad he's back to the powerhouse that he was. Because before that whole gimmick or that whole segment with Sami Zayn, that shit was terrible, man.
It
Him
was.
him freaking showing his ass with Leo Rush.
The Lana stuff.
But yeah, that shit was terrible, man. I'm
Okay,
like, bro.
guilty pleasure. The Lana stuff was pretty funny at first,
Yeah,
but
at
I was
first it
like,
was
Bobby,
funny.
you deserve better than this.
At first it was funny, but it was like, come on, bro. Bobby's not meant to be a freaking
We,
comedic
we
wrestler.
we should be calling you the modern day Brock Lesnar right now.
Exactly. Yeah, that's funny you mentioned that. 'Cause some people say he's a black Brock Lesnar.
Right. And I'm still
But
waiting
yeah,
on that dream match between the two.
yeah. So hopefully, maybe if a miracle happens, Brock might beat Reigns because Reigns not losing that belt anytime soon. But
Right.
if he beats Reigns for the belt, maybe we see Brock and Lashley as Survivor Series.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yep. That'll be lit.
That'd be cool. So yeah, man, Bobby and for Raw and uh Reigns for SmackDown. What about NXT?
NXT 2021. I gotta say, Karrion Cross.
Karrion Cross.
Knock on wood that he has a great run in the main roster.
Yeah. I kind of feel like Karrion Cross is nothing for me in NXT, which is kind of crazy because I was a huge fan of his in TNA Impact,
Yeah,
but
and he's not even that great without Scarlett.
he's not, man. That
Like they stripped away that epic entrance that he had on NXT.
yeah, like yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I just feel like right now he's just generic as hell.
He is.
For some reason, he's just generic as hell. Um, not sure what type of character he is now. It seems like he's like a warrior gladiator type of guy, but that doesn't does nothing for me again. Um, his run in TNA in NXT was kind of underwhelming for me,
Um,
but
the NXT run. I like his Okay, his in ring work might not be all that great, but his presentation as a monster heel that's top notch.
yeah, exactly. He felt like a real deal, but like his in work wasn't really. It's not up there for me. Doesn't do anything for me if I'm being honest.
Not
So
compared to what we have seen in previous years of NXT.
yeah, exactly. And TNA he had a cool run in TNA when he feuded with Eddie Edwards. That was a great
Yeah,
feud. But yeah,
and Johnny Mundo.
yeah, Johnny Mundo, yeah, exactly, or Johnny Impact.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my pick for NXT would be Finn Balor
Okay,
for,
I respect that.
for 2021, at least the first half.
A dark and basically my opinion for NXT in 2021 might change, but Kyle O'Reilly too.
Oh hell yeah, Kyle O'Reilly.
I love his
Yeah,
entrance music.
great pick. Yeah, yeah, man.
Like,
It's sad to see Fish go, Bobby Fish go.
yeah,
But I mean, Kyle doesn't need him. If I'm being honest, he's a main eventer, Kyle O'Reilly. So, like I said earlier, man, hopefully Vince doesn't ruin NXT for us, man, because NXT been having some great products for the last couple of years.
right.
So hopefully, they keep NXT how it is and not too much of a dramatic change. But let's see where it goes.
Yep, definitely. I hope that like this rebranding. I hope Vince McMahon sees what a good product NXT is, and he just keeps the trend going.
Yeah, because to me with NXT, it's cool because it's not overproduced like Raw and SmackDown is, or
Yeah,
I should say Raw because Raw is I don't know, man, it just feels forced.
I think
Like
NXT falling off when they went. Oh wait, go ahead.
no, I was about to say like the big screens and the LEDs and the lights. It's just too much, man. Wrestling should just be wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Like just straight up
Yeah,
like grungy.
I think NXT falling off a little bit when they tried to compete with AEW and moved to the USA Network.
Yeah,
I'm just like, let them do their own thing, and y'all can just keep y'all 1 hour show on the network because like the formula there that was good. It didn't overexpose the
yeah,
wrestlers. Yeah,
yeah. Because yeah, definitely. Because on the network, it felt more natural. It felt like you could breathe breathe on TV. It just feels like you can't really breathe at all. You know what I'm saying? You can't breathe at all because it's just too much going on at
mm-hmm.
once. So yeah, definitely agree with being better on the network.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But like I said, man, hopefully they don't mess up NXT, man, because NXT is actually a fun show to watch sometimes.
It is.
Keyword sometimes.
Some sometimes it's like
Sometimes.
like I said, the peak years for NXT was 2014, 2018.
Yeah, and 16 too with Finn Balor.
Yeah.
2016. When no, that was 2015. My bad. 2015 with Finn Balor.
Yeah, I said 2015 to 2018.
Yeah, good. Good
Yeah.
choices. But
All
yeah,
right, but I
man,
think
that's about
it.
everything we covered. Yeah,
That's everything. You
yeah,
down
that's
for the
it.
AEW predictions video? And we'll try to do that Saturday.
Yeah, let's do it, man. Just shoot me a text and send me a link, and I'll join.
All right, bet.
And this
Good
time
having
I'll
you
be
on,
prepared.
man. I
What'd
got
you
you.
say?
I said it was good having you on as always.
Oh man, this is fun, man. So appreciate you for having me once again. Let's keep doing it, man.
All right, and ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the episode of the main event. We're out.
Top guys out.
Facts.
Shout out to the FTR.